In the 5 years I was with Liam, we were preparing to get married. On the eve of our wedding, I accidentally discovered his second phone. Inside were two videos. The first was recorded 10 years ago. It was 18-year-old Liam saying, "Hey." 28-year-old Liam, "It's me, your 18-year-old self. Are you married now? Is it to Sarah? Hey." I knew it would be her. "Tell her I'll love her forever." The second was recorded a day ago. 28-year-old Liam, 18-year-old Liam, "Hello. I'm getting married. The bride isn't her, but I will love her forever." I didn't cry. I didn't make a scene. He didn't know that. Originally, he wasn't the groom I had planned for either. "Miss Miller, is the size of this gown not right for you?" Or, the staff at the shop were taken aback when they heard I wanted to return the custom-made wedding dress, and they pressed for a reason. I smiled and shook my head. "This gown is beautiful, but I no longer need it." "You don't need it." "That's right. I'm calling off the wedding." Yesterday, I had taken the day off from work to come for a fitting. I needed to bring the deposit receipt, but I couldn't remember where I'd put it. I called Liam, but there was no answer, so I had to search the whole house. I didn't find the receipt, but in the bottom drawer of the bookshelf, I found an old phone. Only Liam and I lived in the house. If it wasn't mine, it had to be his. Driven by curiosity, I pressed the power button. The battery was full. There was no second secret messaging app as I had imagined, nor any illicit photos. Just two self-recorded videos. The first, from 10-year-old Liam. He said, "Hey." 28-year-old Liam, "It's me, your 18-year-old self. Are you married now? Is it to Sarah? Hey." I knew it would be her. "Tell her I'll love her forever." The second, recorded a day ago. 28-year-old Liam, 18-year-old Liam, "Hello. I'm getting married. The bride isn't her, but I will love her forever. Sarah." I had heard that name before. When Liam had shared stories of his school days with me, her name had flashed by as a synonym for a top student. The staff, though surprised, looked troubled. "Miss Miller, the deposit is non-refundable." "Yes, I know. It had taken me 3 months to order the dress, but only 3 minutes to return it." I walked out of the shop into the blazing sun. I turned and went into the adjacent mall to escape the heat. In the mall's main hall, a new dessert shop had just opened. They were having a promotion, and a long line had formed in front of the small store. Liam was in it. He was tall and handsome, dressed in a sharp suit. It was hard not to notice him. A few young girls in cosplay behind him were frequently taking pictures of him with their phones, whispering amongst themselves, "Oh my God, he's so handsome. Who dares to ask for his number?" "You go." The situation made Liam's brow furrow slightly. After being together for so many years, I knew him well. He hated being stared at like this. In the past, when he had accompanied me shopping or to dinner and had been photographed and talked about like this, he would have turned and left with a cold face long ago. But now, he was patiently waiting. It made me wonder, was this dessert really that good? Good enough for Liam to endure this? But I remembered he had never liked these things. Whenever I wanted to share a sweet treat with him, he would always frown and push it away. "Don't be silly. I don't eat this stuff." It was finally his turn. He bought a strawberry-flavored ice cream cone. He wasn't eating it himself. Watching him walk in the opposite direction, I instinctively followed. After a dozen steps, he stopped in front of a woman in a wheelchair. He handed her the ice cream cone. "Strawberry. Your favorite." "Thank you." The woman smiled sweetly, took it, and after a taste, looked up with a satisfied expression. "It's so sweet. You should try some." In the moment Liam bent down and took a bite of the ice cream, the woman's name surfaced in my mind. Sarah. She was the Sarah whom Liam had loved from 18 to 28. "Yes, it's very sweet," Liam responded after taking a bite from the same spot Sarah had. Hearing his answer, Sarah smiled with satisfaction. I smiled too, but it was a self-mocking one. So, it wasn't that Liam didn't eat sweets, it was that he wouldn't eat them with me. After they exchanged smiles, Liam finally said to Sarah with a difficult expression, I'm getting married. Sarah's expression changed as if she had just tasted something bitter. But when she looked up at him, she forced a smile. Really? When? The 5th of next month. Sarah thought for a moment. That's not far off. No. After Liam's response, a brief silence fell between them. A few seconds later, Sarah bit her lip. What? What kind of person is she? I assumed the she was asking about was me. I instinctively wondered how Liam would introduce me. Would he start with my name or my profession? But it was neither. Liam pondered for a moment. She's quite ordinary. At 10 at night, Liam returned. He was holding a bouquet of blue hydrangeas. He ran into me as I was coming out of the bedroom for a glass of water. Liam naturally handed the flowers to me and then explained why he was late. There was a problem with the project on the east side. I had no interest in hearing what he had to say. My gaze shifted between the flowers in my hand and the ones on the dining table, which were already wilting. They were all hydrangeas. Liam and I had met at a university alumni gathering. Compared to the others who were drinking and boasting, Liam, sitting in a corner, seemed exceptionally calm and detached. His cool demeanor and handsome looks were unforgettable. Later, it took us half a year to get to know each other. On the day we officially became a couple, he had given me hydrangeas. I was both happy and surprised to receive them. Other people give roses for a confession. Why did you give me these? Liam had smiled faintly. I don't really know. I just thought they were beautiful. For 5 years, whenever he brought home flowers, they were always hydrangeas. But today, I had seen with my own eyes the joy on Sarah's face when she saw hydrangeas in a flower shop. His earlier explanation was now overturned. It wasn't that he thought they were beautiful. It was that Sarah liked them. So he had projected her preference onto himself, and then onto me. Looking at the flowers in my hand now, my heart felt heavy. I threw them into the trash can. The sudden action made Liam pause. He had been chattering about work, but now his brow furrowed, and he demanded, "Chloe, what are you doing?" Meeting his angry gaze, I smirked. I don't like these flowers. I've always liked roses. Why didn't you say so sooner? Liam was surprised. I did. You just didn't remember. The second time he had given me hydrangeas, I had told him clearly. I'm a simple person. I like bright red roses. He had said, okay, I'll remember. He had remembered with his mouth, but he had continued to bring home hydrangeas. Thinking back now, it wasn't that he couldn't remember. It was that my preferences were insignificant to him. But it didn't matter anymore. He would no longer be a part of my life. Perhaps he remembered. Liam loosened his tie, a gesture to ease his embarrassment. He didn't apologize, didn't delve into it. He just changed the subject. By the way, I'll pick you up after work tomorrow. A few of my friends want to treat you to dinner. We're getting married. They want to meet you. I'm going to take a shower. This was how it always was between us. Conflicts would arise, but they would always be brushed aside. The next day, Liam didn't pick me up. Instead, he sent me an address and told me to go there myself. I went to the address. As I pushed open the door, I saw the private room was already full. They had already started eating. Seeing Sarah among them, I pressed my lips together. It seemed I was right. Liam had arranged this gathering just so Sarah could meet me. A waiter hastily added a chair for me. As soon as I sat down, Sarah looked at me with a curious, appraising gaze. She naturally nudged Liam beside her. Liam, aren't you going to introduce us? Liam glanced at her, then at me. Chloe. His eyes met mine in mid-air. His lips parted. But in the end, he couldn't bring himself to tell Sarah our relationship. Instead, he turned to introduce her to me. Sarah, the school beauty and top student. I told you about her before. The one who always scored 10 points higher than me on every exam. When it came to Sarah, Liam had plenty of words. Sarah blushed, her tone a mix of reproach and coquetry. Why bring that up? It's all in the past. Liam's friends were also Sarah's friends. When it came to their school days, everyone had something to say. Everyone except me. Someone said, you two, one a genius, one a top student. When you two teamed up, you crushed the rival school. It was so satisfying. I still remember that kid from the other school who called himself the Math Olympiad Prince. So arrogant. Even challenged us online. And you two just wiped the floor with him. I heard he was so mad he didn't eat for 3 days. Haha. I remember that too. It was all over the internet. After a burst of laughter, someone sighed. Sarah, Liam, with your intelligence, your kids would have to be Einsteins. The cheerful atmosphere instantly cooled at his words. Everyone's first reaction was not to look at me, but at Sarah. Why are you all looking at me? Sarah was taken aback, then forced to smile, trying to pressure me into having kids. You know, not only is my leg broken, but I also can't have children. You should be pressuring Liam and Miss Miller. The next moment, her gaze fell on me. Miss Miller is so beautiful. Her children will surely be beautiful too. Can I be in line to be the godmother to you and Liam's child? Let's eat. The food is getting cold. Liam would always change the subject when things got awkward. He skillfully placed a piece of sweet and sour pork in Sarah's bowl, but she wouldn't let it go. So, Liam, can I be your child's godmother in the future? Perhaps it was the alcohol, but Sarah's cheeks were flushed. Her words had lost their earlier composure and were now tinged with a hint of coquetry. Liam looked at her, his heart softening. Of course. Of course. A verbal promise isn't enough. We have to pinky swear. She held out her little finger to him. Liam naturally linked his with hers. Two people in their late 20s, acting like children. Pinky swear. Hope to die. Stick a needle in my eye. Everyone around them, knowing their past, smiled like doting aunts and uncles as they watched them play. Someone next to me glanced at me. I couldn't tell if it was out of genuine concern or mockery when she said, Sarah and Liam have always been close. We're all used to it. You'll get used to it too. Get used to what? Get used to Liam's emotional cheating. Or get used to my future child calling Sarah godmother. I glanced at Liam. I smirked. Liam and I had no future. The party was drawing to a close. Everyone in the room, except for Liam and me, was drunk. After seeing the others off, only Sarah was left. Liam carefully carried the sleeping Sarah to the passenger seat and then said to me, Sarah can't walk well. I don't trust anyone else with her. You can take a taxi home. I smiled and said, okay. Usually, Liam's gaze on me was always cold, but now, it was mixed with a hint of something complex. I had neither the time nor the energy to guess his thoughts. I took out my phone and called a cab. Before he left, Liam glanced at me again. Chloe, text me when you get in the car. I'll be home after I drop Sarah off. I didn't look at him and just gave a perfunctory After he left, I got a cab, but I didn't text him. Just then, my boss messaged me. Chloe, your transfer request has been approved. You leave the day after tomorrow. Get ready. Okay, thank you, sir. After I started dating Liam, I had moved in with him. I had arrived with just one suitcase, but now that I was leaving, there were so many things, seemingly useful but ultimately useless. Just like my relationship with Liam, it seemed to have weathered 5 years of storms, but in reality, it was worthless. I finished packing around midnight, clearing out most of my things. Just then, Liam returned. He was holding a bouquet of vibrant red roses. Seeing I was still awake, his eyes lit up. He looked at the flowers in his hand and said, on the way back, I saw a flower shop was still open, so I bought these. See, is this the kind you like? I didn't know if I was imagining it, but I heard a hint of pleading in his tone. If this had been in the past, I would have been overjoyed, but now, I couldn't even be bothered to look. Seeing my cold reaction, Liam was surprised and called my name. Chloe. I cut him off. Liam, let's break up. What did you say? His pupils dilated. I patiently repeated, let's break up. This time, he heard me clearly. He asked, why? Meeting his confused gaze, I was trying to formulate a response when his phone rang. The sudden ring broke the stalemate between us. Liam answered. A middle-aged woman's crying voice came from the other end. Liam, come to the city hospital quickly. Sarah just tried to kill herself. She's lost so much blood. Then, more chaotic crying from the receiver. It was Sarah. She was sobbing. He lied. That woman isn't ordinary at all. She's prettier than me. Her legs are longer than mine. Liam. He lied to me. Suddenly, the call was disconnected. Liam's expression was complex. He looked at me, then at his phone. He ultimately chose the latter. Chloe. Sarah is in trouble. I have to go. You wait for me at home. When I get back, we'll talk properly. Okay. Though he was asking for my opinion, he was already leaving without a backward glance. Perhaps he was certain I wouldn't really leave him, because in these 5 years, we had fought and broken up many times. But it had always ended peacefully. He thought this time would be the same. Liam didn't know that the moment he left, I also left with my suitcase. The security guard at the gate knew me. "Where are you going so late at night?" I smiled and replied, "To see an old friend. Ethan, I've come to see you." In the cemetery, dressed in a red gown. I was out of place in this solemn setting, but Ethan had said he liked to see me in red. Looking at his smiling face on the tombstone, I could close my eyes and imagine him saying, "My Chloe looks so beautiful in red." The year I met Ethan, I was only 7. My drunken father had beaten and cursed me, throwing me out of the house. "Get out, you useless thing. Your mother was a bitch. And you're a little bitch. A little bitch born from a big bitch. Both of you. Get the hell out." The neighbors all poked their heads out, whispering, "What's wrong with old Miller again? Taking it out on the kid. His wife ran away. And now he's not even sparing his own child. What a man. That poor Chloe." They were all used to it, and I was numb to their whispers of pity. They would watch, feel sorry for me, but never offer a hand. It was Ethan, the new neighbor. He was wearing clean, neat clothes, standing in the sunlight. He offered me, a small, timid girl, a piece of candy. "Want some candy? It's White Rabbit." I looked at him shyly, then at the candy. I wanted it but didn't dare to take it. Ethan understood. He unwrapped it and pushed it into my mouth. I instinctively wanted to spit it out. He raised an eyebrow. "Is it sweet?" It was the first time I had ever tasted candy. I savored it for a moment, then nodded vigorously. Perhaps that's when I developed my sweet tooth. "You ate my candy. From now on, you're my little sister. I'm your big brother. If anyone bullies you, I'll stand up for you." When Ethan said this, he had his hands on his hips, his chest puffed out. He was only half a head taller than me. It was hard to imagine him as one of those gang bosses from the movies, but in that moment, I believed him. Really. And he didn't disappoint me. The next day, he took me to wait for my father on his way home from work. When my father appeared, he quickly and accurately picked up a stone and threw it at him. By the time my father realized what was happening, he had already grabbed my hand and was running. When we were in a deserted place, he stopped and looked at me. "See, even if your father is a big tiger, I'm not afraid." In that instant, Ethan was like a beam of light from a chasm, saving me. I began to have hope for the future, a future with Ethan. But that light, in my 17th year, was extinguished while protecting me. My father, having gambled away everything again, drugged me to pay off his debts, intending to marry me to a contractor's mentally disabled son. When I woke up, I was miles away. My cries for help went unanswered. Just as I was about to bash my head against a wall, Ethan came and saved me. This time, with his life lying in a pool of blood. He struggled to say, "Chloe, don't cry." Now, I bit my lip hard, holding back the tears. "Ethan, see, I'm not crying this time." A gentle breeze stirred my hair. I thought it must be Ethan's kiss, carried on the wind, praising me. "Good girl." After a deep breath, I said, "Ethan, I'm leaving. I'm going to work and live in another city." The wind grew stronger. I thought it must be my Ethan, responding to me. "Go, my Chloe. I will always be with you." And so, the day of my departure arrived. Just before boarding, my phone buzzed with continuous messages. They were from Sarah. We had added each other as friends at that party. The words on the screen were a stark contrast to the impression she gave in person. A screen full of messages, but all I saw was her hysteria. "Liam has loved me for 10 years. Don't think he likes you just because he's marrying you. After I broke my leg, he nearly broke with his parents to marry me. If they hadn't threatened him with their lives, do you think you would have ever gotten the position of Mrs. Hudson? You're just a pathetic baby making machine." It was followed by a video. I opened it. In the video, Liam was comforting Sarah. "Sarah, stop crying. I'm only marrying Chloe to have a child for us. She's just a tool." Sarah cried and said sweetly, "What if you fall in love with her over time?" Liam laughed as if he had heard an incredible joke. "Sarah, I swear I will only ever love you. I chose Chloe because she's an orphan. She's desperate for love, easy to win over. A few sweet words, and she's in bed. And when we divorce, There will be no family to make a scene. Sarah, be good. As soon as she has the child, I'll divorce her. So, that was why Liam had gotten together with me. I thought I would be sad, but after reading all the messages, my heart was surprisingly calm. Then, I remembered I hadn't answered Liam's. Why? So, I forwarded Sarah's messages to him. After that, I took out my SIM card, broke it in half, and threw it in the trash. I left without looking back. When Liam received the messages from Chloe, he was instinctively happy. He thought she must be missing him. But when he saw the content, his face instantly turned white. He turned and pushed open the hospital room door to see Sarah holding her phone, a chilling smile on her face. What are you doing? Liam's sudden return startled her. Her hand trembled, and the phone fell to the floor. He looked down and saw the screen was still on the message interface with Chloe. Liam was shocked, then looked at her with fury. Are you crazy? Why did you send her those? Sarah was stunned. Liam had never spoken to her in that tone before. And now, for Chloe, he was being so fierce. She was both wronged and angry and said with a nonchalant air, "Yes, I am crazy. I just can't stand to see her by your side. Besides, you didn't get together with her because you loved her in the first place. You wanted a child for me. This was our plan. Liam, I regret it. I don't want you to marry her. I hate her. You can't marry her." Liam looked at the Sarah before him and, for the first time, felt a sense of annoyance. Sarah was his first love. He would only ever love her. He would never be like his father and fall for another woman. Being good to Chloe, marrying her, was just to appease his family. But was it really like that? Liam didn't dare to think too deeply. He averted his gaze. Sarah, I'm about to marry Chloe. Stop making a scene. You're not to say anything rash in front of her anymore. And don't send her any more messages. Sarah froze at his words. She pointed at herself and asked in disbelief. You're saying I'm making a scene? I just don't want to see you with her. What's wrong with that? She then grabbed a fruit knife from the table and held it to her neck. Tears streamed down her face. She sobbed. Liam, can you please not marry Chloe? For my sake. We don't need a child. We can just be like we used to. Chatting, eating, playing, watching movies. Wasn't that happy too? Liam avoided her pleading gaze and was silent. Sarah gritted her teeth and pressed the knife harder. A thin line of blood appeared on her fair neck. Liam was scared and quickly sobered up. He pleaded, Sarah, put the knife down. Seeing his concern, Sarah pressed the knife even harder. Promise me you won't marry Chloe. Liam was impatient. Don't use a knife to threaten me every time. The family needs an heir. I can't agree to this. He was about to leave. Sarah let out a loud sob and started throwing things at his back. Go. If you leave today, don't ever come back. Liam's footsteps faltered. A glass shattered at his feet. He left the room without a backward glance. Liam called Chloe over a dozen times, but there was no answer. He rushed home, only to find no trace of her. Then he realized that all her things were gone too. Could it be that this time, she was really breaking up with him? The thought sent a jolt of fear through him. No. He had to find her. He could explain everything Sarah had said. Just then, his phone buzzed with several messages. Rose Cloud Hotel. Your luxury wedding banquet package has been cancelled at your request. Liam's mind went blank. Chloe was really canceling the wedding. How was that possible? She loved him so much. How could she do this? In these 5 years, they had had their share of arguments and moods. But he remembered so clearly. The day he proposed to her. She had cried with emotion, hugging him and repeating over and over, I have a home now. I have my own home. She loved this home so much. How could she leave? Liam didn't believe it. He immediately contacted everyone he knew who was connected to her, but no one knew where she was. He had thought that someone like Chloe, with no family, would be easy to control. But it was because she had no family that she had vanished without a trace, like a drop of water in the ocean. That night, Liam couldn't sleep. On the 3rd day of her absence, he started to lose his appetite. On the 7th day, he started to feel empty. His mind was filled with only her name. On the 14th day, he decided to go ahead with the wedding. He would make it a grand, nationwide event. He would let her know that he, Liam, was waiting for his Chloe. Meanwhile, Sarah, after her fight with Liam, had been waiting for him to come and appease her. But as she waited, She started to feel something was wrong. So, she decided to call him. The phone rang for a long time before he answered. Liam, my leg hurts so much, she said, a small smile playing on her lips. She knew that no matter how unreasonable she had been the day before, the moment she softened, he would rush to her side. Liam's voice was filled with a clear disappointment. If your leg hurts, see a doctor. I can't do anything. I'm busy with the wedding preparations for the time being. I won't be visiting you. She's already gone. What wedding are you planning? Sarah's nerves were frayed, and she screamed uncontrollably. Liam didn't want to listen. He hung up. The wedding was personally designed by Liam, an outdoor ceremony with a theme of golden wheat. He thought that when Chloe saw it, she would understand that it was exclusively for her. A few waiters at the hotel were whispering, Mr. Hudson is so doting. I'm so jealous of Mrs. Hudson. Look at that wheat decorating the stage. It's made of gold thread. It must have cost millions. I heard it's because Mrs. Hudson's name has a wheat character in it, and she also likes gold. That's why he designed it this way. And the day before the wedding, he's having a batch of rare roses flown in from abroad to decorate the venue. The waiters gasped. They had seen many extravagant weddings in their time, but this was the first one that was so thoughtful. Liam passed by and overheard them, his heart filled with joy. Chloe, when you see this, you'll forgive me, right? And this is not all. You deserve the best. After setting up the wedding venue, Liam rushed to an auction in another city, just to buy a rare yellow diamond ring for Chloe. Holding the heavy ring, he felt a little more at ease. Chloe will definitely see my sincerity. He tried to message her, but it still wouldn't go through. But Liam didn't give up. He posted a public notice online, offering a reward for her whereabouts. 500,000 reward for information on Ms. Chloe Miller's location. 1 million reward for assistance in finding her. Some netizens didn't believe it. Liam went live to confirm his identity. For a time, it was the top trending topic online. CEO Hudson's $1 million search for his wife. The doting husband Liam Hudson. The story of their 5-year romance also became a hot topic among netizens. Sarah saw the uproar online and rushed to his company in a rage. Because everyone at the company knew her, they respectfully led her to his office. Sarah was shocked to see his haggard appearance. The once vibrant man now had his head bowed, his eyes sunken, his hair graying at the temples. He looked at least 10 years older. He was in a daze, repeatedly sending messages to Chloe on his phone, repeatedly failing. He didn't even notice her arrival. She wheeled herself to his side and quietly looked at his phone screen. Chloe, I've prepared golden wheat and a ring. All your favorites. Please don't be angry. Come back to me. Okay. If you don't like it, I'll keep my distance from Sarah in the future. I only realized after you left that you're the one I love. My feelings for Sarah are pity and guilt. I stopped loving her a long time ago. Sarah looked at the messages, her pupils dilating, her expression changing from jealousy to anger and hatred. She snatched his phone and shouted, Liam, have you really fallen for that bitch? Liam looked up at her. Give me back my phone. Hearing him not answer her question but instead demand his phone back, Sarah instantly understood. He had changed. She threw the phone on the ground with all her might. The moment it hit the floor, the screen went black. What are you doing? He roared. Sarah's eyes were red, on the verge of tears. Liam, didn't you say you would only love me for the rest of your life? Meeting her gaze, he was taken aback. After a long moment, he said, Sarah, I'm sorry. She opened her mouth in disbelief. Liam, I don't want to hear you say you're sorry. He looked at her. Besides, I'm sorry. He didn't know what else to say. She grabbed his sleeve. Liam, have you forgotten how happy we were together? You even told me you would take me to Iceland to see the whales and the northern lights. Have you forgotten all of that? He replied bitterly. I haven't forgotten. I knew you wouldn't forget. She finally managed a smile. Then let's go now. Okay. Seeing her expectant face, he hesitated. Mr. Hudson, someone said they saw your wife in Country Inn. Just then, the door was pushed open, and his assistant reported quickly. Really? Book me a flight right now. He responded immediately. Liam, are you really going to find her? Seeing the joy on his face, Sarah felt a sharp sting. I won't let you go. Sarah, don't be unreasonable. The whole world knows about my wedding with Chloe now. If she doesn't show up, I'll be a laughingstock." Hearing his explanation, she didn't relent. Instead, her hand slowly reached for the knife hidden in her wheelchair. She asked, with a calm control, "Have you really fallen in love with her?" His silence was an admission. She smiled, then began to cry. "Liam, do you know how much I love you? I lost my legs for you, but I never regretted it." That avalanche. If she hadn't gone back to find him, her legs wouldn't have been broken. His promise still echoed in her ears. "Sarah, in this life, I will never leave you, even if I die." But now, he was about to leave her to find another woman. Perhaps it was because she was crying, or because he was reminded of the past. He was moved. He bent down to wipe away her tears. Just as his hand touched the corner of her eye, she plunged the knife in her hand into him without hesitation. He doubled over in pain, kneeling on the ground, his eyes wide with shock and disbelief. She kissed his forehead and said, "You said it yourself. You would never leave me, even in death. What I can't have, no one can." With that, she pulled out the knife and stabbed him twice more. "Don't be afraid. I'll come and join you soon. We'll be together again in the next life." She then stabbed herself with the knife. By the time I heard this news, it was 3 months later. The Hudson family had hushed up the scandal, but some news still leaked out. A foreign colleague said to me in broken Mandarin, "Chloe, you look a bit like that Mr. Hudson's fiancé." I smiled. "You're mistaken." "Oh, what a pity." That Mr. Hudson was a deeply devoted and rare man. He even prepared a grand wedding for his fiancée before he died. Hearing this, I smiled, feeling nothing. I just gazed into the distance.